Hello and welcome to Terminator Juice's impressions / review for Forza Motorsports 6 Apex Beta. That's a mouthful, so I'm just going to call it Forza 6 Apex or Forza 6 from here on out. This is a free download for Windows 10 on PC, and I'm going to give my review of the beta and also discuss how I feel about the Windows 10 as a platform on PC and how it's integrated with Xbox Live, and just how I feel about it, and give you some comparisons to Steam in that regard. So anybody that has a Windows PC with Windows 7 or 8 and you haven't upgraded to Windows 10, this is one of the benefits. Windows 10 is Microsoft's basically integrating their Xbox console with their PCs and their operating system on PC. So Windows 10, I think it's just as good as 7, if not better. So anybody that's worried, definitely, I have firsthand experience. I've been using Windows 10 since it was available, and it's really good. So the Windows 10 gaming side of it, it just runs through the Windows Store. You download games. It's not really fleshed out at this point, but once you download them and then you sign into your Xbox Live account on Windows 10, and it just kind of syncs up. So any gameplay, any screenshots or whatever just show up in your Xbox Live feed, if you will, and you can share clips on Xbox Live and screenshots. So that's pretty cool. The integration there is seamless. It works really well. The Windows 10 store itself isn't very impressive looking, the set, basically just the layout and stuff, but it was a pretty decent experience downloading, simple, and didn't take too long. This is a 20 gig beta, if you will, but it's pretty meaty. So you get 45 cars, which you have to unlock. I think you start with like 10, so you have to unlock by racing. There's events. There's free play. There's a photo mode where you can look at all the cars and all their detail. And it's just a very meaty presentation. Considering it's just a beta, I'd be curious to find out how it compares to Forza 5 on launch day for the Xbox One as far as content is concerned. There's 7 tracks. Each track has multiple variations, and about half the tracks have a weather, like a rain course where it's raining. You can have sunshine, you can have like sunset, or you can have raining. The rain definitely is a really cool effect. It does kind of hurt the frame rate a little bit at times, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So overall, just it's quite a bit of content for a beta. Definitely worth the download. It's not just a simple little 1 or 2 cars. It's very meaty, so I was very shocked by that and pleasantly surprised. So let's get into the actual presentation of the game. So the HUD layout is fairly straightforward, easy to navigate. Video options for PC settings depending on your setup, your graphics card and stuff. You can tweak it. I put everything on ultra or high, basically max at 1080p. 60 frames VSync, and I barely ever have any frame rate dips unless I'm playing a course that has the rain. You got your wipers going on, you got the raindrops on the windshield. It's very impressive, but it definitely drops the frame rate down a little bit. And speaking of frame rate, the Windows 10 DVR is capped at 30 frames. If you were wondering, this video is going to be 30 frames per second, even though the gameplay was originally 60, and it looks amazing at 60. I wish I could figure out how to get it up to 60, but this is what I got. So but getting back to presentation, the car models are amazing. Obviously it's the newest racing game, so it's the best looking racing game by far I've ever seen. The interior, as you see in the gameplay, looks really good. The exteriors look great, and I'll show a little pan around of the cars, and you can see just how nice the car models do look. Lots of reflections, nice and curved lines and lots of details. Probably more for the car enthusiast, I don't think just a casual video gamer who likes racing games is going to get too much into it, but we all drive cars, and I think it's really cool to see like when you explode them, as it's called, open the doors in the trunk and the hood, you get to look at the engine, so it's really cool. But that wouldn't be anything if that didn't translate well to the actual driving mechanics, the physics and everything. And I'm very happy to report that the physics are spot on. It's amazing to control, especially with the Xbox One controller. The Windows 10 actually utilizes the rumble and the triggers, whereas Steam games do not. So, when you brake too really hard, you feel it in the left trigger. When your tires break free, when you're giving it gas, you feel it in the right trigger. And that with the physics and the weight of the cars, everything just feels really well done. It feels perfect. It's the best racing experience I've ever felt. And I'm sure the Forza 6 on Xbox One was probably the same. I don't think they really messed with that. And it just feels really great when you do a good pass. I like to do a little bump and grind, little bump and run type of racing. And you don't get super penalized for it. There is damage and stuff that can affect your the handling of your car, but for the most part, I don't do it too egregious. But it is rewarding when you do get a clean pass on an opponent. So that's all good. The gameplay, physics, everything's good. The AI seems to be pretty well done. I mean, it's computer AI, so there's always, it's either going to be they're ridiculous hard if you put it up too high on the difficulty, and then they're just pretty lame if you put it on the low difficulty. So just find the mix that for you that makes it competitive, because in my opinion, if you're just going to put it on low so you can get first every time, there's really no fun in that. So I like to find where it's still challenging to get first place, but it's possible. As you can see in the footage here, I did get second place in the race you're seeing. So I got it kind of in the middle as far as difficulty. That's, obviously the most important part of a racing game is the driving and the physics and the AI, and everything here is just really well done. Top with the graphics, visuals, everything's phenomenal. Sound design is also really well done. I have a 5.1 set up on my PC, and everything sounds great. It adds to the tension and the excitement of racing. If you ask me, the sound really does heighten the experience. So overall, it's an awesome package. And if you have a Windows 10 PC with any kind of decent graphics card, I would definitely recommend downloading this. It's a very well optimized game. Digital Foundry did all kinds of tests, and you don't need a super beefy card and PC to run at good settings at 60 frames. So that's good to know. It's good to hear. And just getting back to how the Xbox Live is integrated. It's a nice thing because for me, I had a bunch of friends on Xbox Live when I had my 360, and I don't really play Call of Duty or anything anymore, so I don't really interact with a lot of my friends. But on Steam, it's like you have to start over, and I rarely, it just doesn't feel like as good of a hub for like seeing what people are up to. And with Xbox Live, I can see recent screenshots or game clips uploaded by people on my friends list, and it's just really more user friendly and feels more like a community, more so than Steam. So I guess Steam's great and everything. The games I really enjoy, but it just seems like this Windows 10 and Xbox Live joining does feel more like the console experience that I've come to just love and been used to most of my life, and it just kind of feels a little more inviting. So obviously I really like this beta. I can't wait for the full version. I'm definitely going to buy it, and hopefully if the beta goes away, that there's not too long of a wait for the final version. So I'm going to give this the beta especially. It's more of a full-fledged demo. I'll give it an A+ for sure. It's definitely worth downloading, and it's reinvigorated my forgotten passion for racing games. So definitely worth picking up. If you got 20 gigs of available space and a decent PC, definitely download Forza Motorsports 6 Apex. So that's going to be it. We'll see you next time. Peace out.